Welcome to Gaggia Caffe TV. I have James Adams here. James has been on one of the previous videos. Hi, James.
Hi, Raj.
Thank you for coming today. James has been doing making machines from some of the older versions of machines and making them, personalizing them, and making them into, putting them into sort of wooden cases,
like wooden cases, yeah, and
painting them as well.
Upgrading some of the components.
There are quite a few things that we have done, and in the previous video you can actually see all the different things that you have done. But today you have brought some more things to show us.
Yeah, coffee accessories.
Okay, what have you got then?
Well, we've got a selection of knock boxes, tampers and portafilters.
Yeah.
And basically I make them from scratch really. All the woodwork's made, handmade. And what I tend to do is pick a theme maybe and run with it. So
you have blue and with the coffee on top.
Yeah, and so I'll make sure like the three things are stained the same colour so that they match first of all.
Yeah.
And then this one, for example, like Blue Mountain coffee theme that I came up with, made a design up and put it on the front, and then matched the tampering. Yeah. So that it's a nice little set for someone.
Okay. So if you are using Jamaican Blue Mountain coffee, you might want something that will that sort of relates to that, but it's not branded.
It's not
Jamaican.
branded. No, it's just it's just something that I've come up with to do it.
So you have got similar things like this.
Yeah,
is quite a nice one.
That one there is just one of my own designs. Sometimes there's things if I just get an inkling that I've got an idea for something, I'll just run with it. So that's just something that I came up with.
So if I wanted to put my own sort of a letter on it, you could do. Yeah. Like you have done with G, I think, hasn't it?
That's right.
So it's like the.
This one here. It's just as a little nod, acknowledgement towards Gaggia type thing. It's just something I come up with for us to display.
Okay. So you have actually done it on the handle as well.
Yeah, to match in.
And that looks like a bottomless portafilter.
It is, yeah. It's a bottomless or a naked portafilter.
Yeah.
To fit the Gaggia Classic or some of the babies, some of the older type machines, or the commercial machines.
As well. They are the 58 millimeter.
Yeah.
So you have got matching handles, and you can actually match it to the body that you're doing.
That's how it started. When I used to make the machines in a particular colour, and then the customers would say, "Oh, can you do the handles to match?" Okay. And maybe they'd want, and then they said that you can do a knock box and a tamper, and it themed it with the whole machine when I was making the machines. Yeah. And from there, it's just sort of grown into becoming their own accessory if anyone else wants them.
And you have got a very nice old baby here.
This was a customer who got in touch with me who had this machine. It wasn't working. They'd had it for a number of years. They just liked it and bought it. It was an impulse purchase saying not working. And they came across my website and said, "Oh, do you think you could get it working for me?" So they sent it to me, and there was a lot of work involved inside, and there was lots of corrosion and things.
But it's a metal body, isn't it?
It's quite I think it's quite a rare and sought after model. It's a very early one.
Probably 30 years old.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, the first baby is about 43 years old, I think.
I think it's after that first one, before they came out with the second one, they must have just made a few of this particular type. You don't see them around.
You've got the plastic versions as well.
Yeah, and this is the full metal.
Version.
And then once I'd refurbished the machine for him, he said, "Well, do you think you could make me a knock box, tamper and portafilter that all matches in?"
That's your knock box, which actually matches the colour of that.
Yeah, so I matched the colours in.
And also you've got a nice matched tamper as well.
Yeah, and because he wanted it to match the machine, I basically copied the logo of the machine, because it's for his own personal use. Okay. And it just makes a nice set. It ties it all in with the Gaggia branded machine.
Okay. So what is this one?
This is something that I like to fiddle and come up with little ideas and things.
You need to have a look at this.
And basically what I've done, pour over coffee is quite popular at the moment. Yeah. So what I've done is just say rather than just have the little...
So that actually is a handle, like a portafilter.
Yeah, it's a naked portafilter, Gaggia.
So you can actually take that off and use it as a naked portafilter.
You could do if you had a machine that fits it.
So that unscrews. Yeah. But it is on a stand now, and you just have that one. And you have a
Just a hot water kettle.
hot water kettle that you can use to pour
and
over
I've done this one to fit
to fit a
like
cafetiere.
a cafetiere. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a bit taller, so you could get a few more cups because you could obviously have a bigger one than
You
that.
can
even
have
still.
it in a cup.
You could. I make them to match. So if someone's got a particular size they wanted or particular design, and it can be made to suit a cup or a jug or whatever they would like it to fit.
So something different. And here you have got some handles as well, which are completely different.
Yeah, this is another of my customers.
You made the coffee machine.
They had one of my coffee machines they bought from our shop, from the Gaggia shop at Junction
Right.
32.
Yes, so James actually has a range of refurbished but personalized machines in our shop, and you can actually see them in different colors. You can have wooden casing and such like as well. And there they purchased the machine, but they wanted something added to that.
Yeah, I think the guy's got his own garage, certainly within the car trade, and he asked me if I could make the portafilter and the tamper off of some of his toolings that he uses. So he bought new tooling handles and asked me to fit them, and he's ordered a nice knockbox up, which wasn't quite ready at the moment, but and it all things in, so it's going to look nice in his...
So personalized for him.
Yeah, for him.
Yeah, excellent. So you can actually see these things. Some of these things are going to be...
they'll be in the shop.
In the shop. That's Junction 32 in West Yorkshire. That's near Castleford. We have some other shops as well, but we don't have these products there. But we are hoping that we can have some of these things online. You obviously cannot see and feel and touch, but you'll be able to buy them.
You can get an idea, can't you?
And you can give a call to James and sort of personalize your product. So it's quite interesting to actually talk to you about these things, because they are very related to our machines.
Yep, they are. Yep.
And James actually sort of got into coffee by just buying a classic machine. And you are an engineer.
I am.
An agricultural engineer.
Agricultural engineering, where it started, yeah.
And then turned into something, your coffee became a passion.
Yeah, and I wanted to see if I could work in the industry that I was my hobby, really.
Yeah.
So
you started doing these things, buying old machines and making them into refurbished machines.
Yeah, I'd refurbish an old machine, but update it and give it some modern components.
Yes. We do refurbishing ourselves here, but James actually does something a bit more than just refurbishing machines. He adds accessories to it. So there are people who order special steam arms.
Yeah, a professional steam one that can fit, and
PID
controllers. Yeah, shot timers, so the automatic turn runs the machine for them. And
so if you are a coffee enthusiast, he's the man to do. So thank you for watching. Go to our website, gaggiadirect.com. You can subscribe to the YouTube channel, and thank you for watching our video today.
Okay,
thank you, James.
Yeah, thanks for having me.